Top of the morning to you. We are live, but not in Scotland anymore. We have come down back to England, and we are at a cemetery here in Staffordshire. And we are going to explore. I hope someone comes here on this live stream. All right, I'll wait here. Hopefully we get a signal. I just pulled off on the side of the road after doing an episode in this area, and this looked like a cool place, so I thought I'd just fire it up, see who's around. Hey, who do we got? We got Tracy, Peppy, Myrtle. In Scottish, it's Myrtle. Hello, Myrtle. I'm actually picking up an accent from a Scottish, no, in Ireland it's the brogue, right? That's an Irish thing. Well, whatever it is, in Scottish, maybe it's from watching too much Outlander. Maybe that's probably where I'm picking it up. All right, what do we got? We got 61 people for this unannounced quick pop-up. Yeah, I'm at an very old cemetery, which they're all like old here. So let's get caught up. Dana from New England, how are you? Good to see you. All right, hey, good morning. Tamika. That's the Tamika? Tamika, I think that's Tamika. Okay, I'll spin it around. We'll do some walking here. See what we can see. I am rolling my lips. What do you think? That's my German accent. What magst du? Furchtbar. This is nicht gut. Good morning from rainy Ireland. Oh, I bet that's Deirdre Nugent. I bet that low pressure is coming here. Man, I have been so lucky with the weather so far. What's Old English? I bet that's hard to understand. Okay, guys, so this is like the newer section. How about that? This is the newer section. Hello from South Carolina. Steve, what's going on? We got Margaret Ferguson from Australia. And Dinko is in the house. I am coming back to London. I'm working my way back. Norwich. No, not Norwich. Norwich. Hello to Norwich. I'm working my way back. If you can believe it, yesterday morning, I was in Orkney. Ferry trip, 5-hour drive south to Edinburgh. And then from there, down here, just near, where am I near? Liverpool, Blackpool, all of that. Trent up on Trent. I forget what it's called. Staffordshire. Trent on, well, there's Trent on Stoke. There are some of the crazy names. There's a village not far from here. It says something on clay, like clay, you know, like putty. It's the most interesting names. But yeah, this is kind of a low key today and tomorrow. I'm going to kind of take it easy and do some easy filming, nothing big. What are you guys up to? Stoke-on-Trent, thank you. Peppy, yes. And I am stoked about going to Stoke-on-Trent. Now, I am in Stoke-on-Trent. Here are the lead letters. It's a pretty big common thing here. One of our viewers shared with me that these are made of lead, but I did learn that 2 weeks ago in Kent. And what they do is they drill pinholes. They drill them in, and these letters are pressed in, and then after a century, they like start falling out. It's not, and then you leave all these pinholes. You can't see them now. So I explained that in an episode during an episode because I met someone in the know at the cemetery. What do you know? Don't you love these old stones? Pam says, hat looks good. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, the Orkneys were unbelievable. Wow. And I took ferries to other islands from Orkney. We got some drone footage that's just unbelievable across the ocean and cliffs and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. So I'm walking in the front, from the front. Good morning, Karina. How are you? How's the picture, guys? I think I have 2 bars. Boy, that was a fail in Glasgow with the signal. I don't know what happened. I got out of the car. I had 5 bars, and then all right, we got a good picture. Good. All these stones are facing the wrong way. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat. Here he comes. Mau Mau. He's coming to us, I think. A black cat. Hello. Oh, I think he's a friendly cat. Hi there. Hey. He's got a little bell on. I think this is the cemetery cat. Hello there. Huh? Yeah. You got a little worn out back. Boy, the people don't speed here unless you're on the big highway. The driving is completely different than the States. And you know what I like here is people get out of your way. Like, I'm not talking about myself getting in people's way or passing like a maniac like we do in the United States. But on the highway here, of course, everything's a mirror image. Like when you go fast, you stay in the right lane on the highway. No, you stay on the left lane and you stay on the right. I'm already confused. And then in here, you know, it's the opposite. You go fast in the right lane and you got to stay to the left. And everybody stays to the left and they hurry up, they get out of your way and they keep that right, the fast lane open. And I don't know what it is in the United States. In fact, they're passing some laws because it just ticks you off. People purposely stay in front of you in the left lane. I don't know what's up with that. Is that a USA culture thing, culture club? But it's not cool. But I really like it here, guys. People are, everybody's super friendly and courteous beyond belief and helpful, right? The one thing about the lead letters, though, is you can really read. It does look good and it looks authentic. It doesn't look like, you know, the way it wears in, the stone actually wears around it. So it looks authentic. Yeah, the Orkneys were really cool. So I'm going to be in this area for like 3 days. And then I'm going to work my way back towards London to finish at the end of this month. I've already got over 30, I think I have 35 stories. The lead gets stolen? Oh, brother. It's not like it's copper or something, right? That's shocking. Well, I shouldn't say that. Nothing's shocking. Hello from Sandnes, Norway. Monica, what's going on? How's the weather there? Is it cold? Here's an interesting stone. You know, I gave Alice no warning. I'm so sorry, Alice, but I just pulled on the side of the road here. I'm like, oh, I got bars and let's just do this. You know, I'm just popping up here. Portsmouth. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Vanessa Daniel. Yeah, how's Norway? It's got to be cold there. We got Perth, Australia on the west side. Coldish in Perth. You're on the west, you're a west sider. How are the spiders there? How about the haggis, guys? What is up? What are you guys doing to me? tricking me. Try haggis, try haggis. There was like 100 people. You got to try the haggis. So I had breakfast in the pub and I said, bring the haggis. She said, aye, we have very good haggis from the butcher. I forget his name. And I'm thinking, wow, butcher steak, it's got to be like good. And it comes, and I mean, it didn't taste bad. But when I found out what was in it, it's like lamb guts and stomach muscles and gizzards and entrails ground up, and you eat that. No offense to you Scottish friends, but it totally took the, it's, I hate to say this, but it's like eating a bug that's chocolate covered that, if you don't know what it is, tastes really good. What, don't they do that with ants? I mean, come on, it's not that bad. I know. It tasted all right. They said good, but when I found out what was in it, it's like, but I respect the custom, but and then you guys are like, Ron, try blood pudding or black pudding. And I'm like, I'm not trying any of that stuff anymore. Black pudding? What is in black pudding in Scotland? I don't even want to take a guess. Probably harmless, but I thought it was funny. But I ate it. I did. I did what you told me to do, but now I'm going to Google first. Oh, Yvette Dodds is watching from here. Staffordshire. Glad you're here watching. You probably know where I'm at. Don't tell people where I'm at. I don't want to say. Black pudding is good. Well, what's black pudding made of? Irish black and white pudding. Pig blood? Why am I not surprised? How can you have pudding with pig blood? You guys are killing me. Am I that spoiled and paranoid and American privileged with our McDonald's and Burger King and steaks and fries and potatoes? I do love mashed potatoes. Lots of butter. Well, I may have to try it. I mean, blood in pudding, I can't imagine tastes good, but it doesn't bother me as much as lamb, like lamb eyeballs. Oh my gosh, look who just went by. Scared the crap out of me. I thought it was like a coyote. There are so many lambs here and sheep. There's so many sheep. I say lambs because I have to tell you something. As you drive the road here, the roads have no shoulders, like in Scotland. And it's mostly like one lane and someone's coming and you got to find a spot or they got to find a spot and you whoosh by and your mirrors almost hit. In the Highlands, I was, driving through the Highlands in the back roads and people are going 50, 60 miles an hour and it's like, holy cow. And that's the speed limit. You're okay. And there's no shoulders and there's cliffs and stuff, but everywhere you look, it's really cool. And if there were places to pull over, I would have videoed. There's just nowhere. Is sheep. And someone said this, there's sheep everywhere. Like, and they must be low maintenance, right? Sheep, oh, look at the kitty. He's having fun. He's like going after some imaginary thing. He's like hanging out with us. But the lambs are so cute. You just pull over and they're doing all sorts of funny antics. Hey, guy. Are you the cemetery cat? He's like following us. Let's go this way. Cool, cool. We're only in England, right? So yeah, there was one spot where I saw the little lambs. There was like 6 of them, and they were on a boulder, like some ancient Neolithic rock. And it's like King of the Mountain. There's one little lamb on top, and the others are knocking him off, and the next one gets up. Oh, it's so cute. So yeah, there's sheep everywhere, like every square inch. And all they do is eat the grass, right? So you get all that sheep meat to butcher. And there's no maintenance. You just leave them out with their woolly coats and they sit out all winter and just eat grass, and that's it, right? Is that how it works? Cute kitties. Watching my back now. He's gonna like whoosh by me again. Hey there. Burton on Trent, famous for brewing. Cool. Oh, the kitty doesn't need a home. This is the kitty's home, and I'm sure the graveyard keeper is someone here who he comes in at night. It's okay. What a better setup. The cat does not need to be inside, cooped up with a kitty litter. This is beautiful. Look at this. Hello from Indiana, Dina. Hey, how's the weather back in the States, Midwest? Is it Indiana? Is it cold? So, you know, we're in April, still kind of usually cruddy. On the go with Flo. Hey, hey, hey. Oh man, is Alice here? I gave her no warning. She's gonna be, oh yeah, there's her friend. I gave her no warning. Hello, buddy. I don't have any catnip. Sorry, look at the old chapel. Medieval. Don't you love the medieval stuff? Yeah, exactly, Deidre. He's got a bell on. It's fine. It's cold? Of course it's cold. Look at this giant door, guys. Whoa, this is medieval. Look at that. Look at this giant keyhole. Just to give you an idea how big that is. Yeah, this is a cool cemetery. Look at some of the details. I do. I attract animals. I got a good karma, you know. Animal lover. Speaking of animals, I have some really bad news. I have to inform you that for my little Sadie, 13 and a half years old, is in heaven now with our daughter, who is 21 years old forever. So we had to put her down. It was the cancer was really bad, her whole mouth, and just you know when. So I would just wish I was back home. My wife did the took her into the vet, and it was, you know, no, it's had to be done. So nothing's never good. So I just want to let you know, say a prayer for our Sadie up in heaven. So pretty sad about that. Don't like to share bad news, but speaking of animals, and it's like a mini Gothic church. That would be like the bell tower, I think. Here's the nave. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. But their lives are short. The puppies, filled with so much love, but their lives are short. That's what's sad. There's our friend. Come on. Come on. He's definitely following us. Cool. Look at the triple rose window. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Abby Marie and everyone. Boy, it'd be neat to get in here. Authorized people only. That's right, Kay. Waiting in heaven. All dogs go to heaven, and cats. Yeah, looks like they're doing some repair work here. Look at that thing. What neat doors, huh? I wonder what year this was built. Probably 1800s, maybe 1700s. Yeah, it's a chapel. It looks big, but it's not. It's this little cemetery chapel, but it's like a scaled down version of a cathedral. Pretty cool. Thank you again for the condolences. I appreciate it. Let's go back this way. Oh, look at over there. There's a lot going on here. Should we check that out? Who wants to go over there and see that? Now that's a chapel and a half. Oh, Alice is here. Sorry, Alice. No warning. I did not plan this. But that's live streams. I'm glad I got a signal. This is going to work out. That's the most frustrating thing, is when the signal goes, like in Glasgow. That was no fun. But I wanted you guys to see the necropolis, so I taped the addendum. Thanks, Gail. I appreciate it. Appreciate the condolences. Yeah. Oh, there's something. There's a big wood carving over there. Let's just quickly go over there and on our way. We're gonna head to that church or that chapel there. But I wanna, there's something, now this is the newer section, but I just want to dart over here to see there's some sculpture somebody made. That's right, Flo. How you doing? Hey, I was talking to Burton this morning. I should say texting. He's over at Rose Hill Cemetery. We were reminiscing a little bit about one of our connected stories we did together there that I am doing here that connects. Oh, I see. That's like an island. I thought it was a grave. Look at the, what is this, guys? Is this azaleas? No. This is just gorgeous. Look at, what are these? Blooming. Yeah, spring is, I've seen so many daffodils, especially in the Orkneys. Well, all over Scotland with the gorse in full bloom. Just amazing. Oh, did you, Flo? Visit Britain, but you couldn't? He was sick? He's got to move out of the city. Keep telling him. Not healthy. Cherry blossoms. Is that really? That's like what they have in Japan, right? Isn't that the Asian? Look at this carving, a big acorn, a pine tree. Isn't that nice? Yeah, he looked good. He sent me a picture from Rose Hill. Cherry blossom, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, so I was like, it's all by itself here. All right, let's go to that. I want to see that church. I've gotten into some really good churches here and palaces. You're going to love it. This stuff is all going to stretch out for months. I'm going to end up with 50 stories. 50. And I'll have some during the week, but it'll mostly just be every Sunday. Bam, bam, bam. And then a few during the week. So that's going to last us, the content I'm shooting here is going to last us probably 6 months. But I'm anxious to already release stuff. So this weekend, we have the Witches of Pendle in Lancaster. And what's really cool is I got into the, and a big shout out to Vicky and the team there at Lancaster Castle, because the dungeon where the witches were kept, that's off limits. Nobody can go down there. It's not safe. It's not open for the public, but I've been communicating with her and them for since a month and a half ago, and she agreed to let us go down there. So I basically go to a place called Church and Pendle. Well, I started in Roughly, where this Alice Nutter, if you want to look it up, Alice Nutter was born, who was one of the witches. This is like the Salem thing, but in England. So where she grew up and where the famous statue of her is, which I got some close-ups. Then we go up the road a couple of miles to Church and Pendle to the cemetery. Really cool drone. And then we go from there to Lancaster Castle, which is the prison, and they have the amazing church there. So we go in the church. That I didn't even plan on that, but I got permission to go in there. So a little filming in there, and then to the dungeon, and it is really creepy. It's not what you think like in the movies. It's not like Jamie and Claire. It's not like Outlander, like where Jamie was in there with the perverted jerk captain, whoever, the guy, you know who I'm talking about, Claire's husband from the future. Anyway, it's nothing like that. But there are some things on the floor that, and some details that are really creepy. And there's no light. I'll just tell you that. You go down there, you just imagine how cruel. And there's actually a place worse than that I'm gonna go. Way worse than that, if you can even believe that. It's in Wales. Hey, Tommy the cat, what's going on? I'm not sure I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna really try. Look at this, is even more spectacular. What a find we have here. And they have bathrooms. Probably locked. It's 5 a.m. where? Oh, thanks, Melanie. Like the UK look? Captain Randall. Yes, Captain Randall. Oh, it's the same kind of detail, but look at the spire, church tower. Isn't this something? Cornwall, beaches, Cornish villages. Yeah, sounds interesting. I have to tell you, the way, it's really hard to explain, but a lot of people are, hey, you should do this, you should do that, and they're great suggestions, but it's hard to explain that, like what went into this trip. Like I don't just roam around and find cool places and just then research it in the car. All my research has been done in the last 12 months, story by story, heavily researched. And before that, this is 4 years of collecting hundreds and hundreds of stories, England and Scotland, and then boiling down to just 50. And then my itinerary to do this, I had to plan out months in advance, from dots on a map where all the locations are, and then drawing lines where I'm going to go and how long it's going to take to get there. And from experience, I've gotten pretty good at that, and it's worked out a little ahead of schedule. And then you got to make hotel reservations, and then you have to the rent a car, and then the flights, and then the ferries I booked all in advance, and which day and where am I going to be. And it's a ton of work. So I cannot divert very much to go. And the other thing I want to explain is I'm not here. My wife does not want to come with me on these filming trips because this is all work. It's boring. There's cool sights to see, but I'm going to where the stories are. I'm not going to the tourist places. I've been to a couple, like I went to Stirling Castle because I wanted to see the cemetery, and Linda had suggested it, one of our viewers. But like the stones, the standing stones, I was driving by from my story from Kirkwall, and I'm like, oh, might as well pull over and just show you guys. That I'll do. But I'm like, every hour is spoken for and planned out strategically. If you can imagine, 30 days is, it seems like a lot of time, but yeah, I am not able to, no tourist stuff. I do that. Like somebody said, go to St. Andrew. You're not going to St. Andrews. You're up there, Scotland. I've been there, and I am taking my sons there on a big father-sons trip in the next couple of years. So it's all good. We're going to have it covered, but I'm not going to be filming, and that's why I guess I'm saying is my wife and or the boys and the stuff we take trips, and I'm not filming because this is work. It's fun work. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love it. I have a this is a passion. If I didn't love it, then I would. Peppy, thanks for the $5. Very cool. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing this. Because I also said the very first episode I did at Bohemian National Cemetery, where I said, we're in. I said, I'm going because I want to go. I'll bring the camera along if you guys want to come and see. But I'm doing this for me. I want to see these things, these particular stories. And I like to tell stories, so I'll bring you guys along. And that's kind of how I do it. And thus far, I've not lost any passion, but it's all about the stories. If there's no story of like some Ireland, I really don't have any good stories. Somebody just suggested this morning a good story in Ireland. So my Ireland list, I have one story. And I'm very picky. They have to be really intriguing and not modern stuff mostly. And I go where the stories are. That's how I get to these places, not the other way around. And that's what drives me to do this, because I just love the story and I want to stand there. I want to go to the grave and or the place and go and just feel. It's like in the Orkneys. I went on this ferry. Okay, so it's not just the big ferry to Orkney. Then the other ferry that goes way to the north in this remote place, and you get to bring your car with. So then I took my car on a little tiny road, and I had my GPS. They actually have a signal a lot of these places, you can imagine. And I took that all the way up to the northern tip in this bay that's pristine, and there's this historic house from the 1700s, 1600s complex, and I got permission. That's what I'm saying. It took months to find the owner, get permission, meet his caretaker, and you can't just like go. And then the drone out over the North Sea coming in, and these cliffs, have you seen the island of Hoy, Orkney, and the cliffs? And they have this thing called the Old Man of the Sea, or the Old Man, and it's just like a standing stone that goes up hundreds of feet. You can hike there. I couldn't hike there. I didn't have time when I was on Hoy, the ferry. I only had 3 hours to do my story and then get back to the ferry. But I was going to do the 3-hour hike, 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back to see that. Hey, Tom White, $20, thanks. It's unbelievable. So the drone, I've got like ridiculous drone. There's a couple of features, 3 features up there that are going to be like epic productions, that I think you guys are just lots of, with the amazing story, So that's how it is in England and Scotland. I'm loving it here, guys. Are you getting a kick out of the Instagrams and the shorts? Oh, Abby's here. Abby, I did the story that you suggested at Greyfriars Kirkyard. Did a lot of research on that, so we will not say what it is, although there are cool mort safes there, real deal. We saw the mort safes. But yeah, that's a good story, and it's not on YouTube, really. So that's what I really like too. But man, is that a crowded place? Holy cow. You go to Edinburgh, Greyfriars Kirkyard, get ready for the crowds. And I don't like crowds, but I still enjoyed it. But I do not like going where the crowds are. Yeah, I saw Greyfriars Bobby the dog. I didn't, I think I mentioned him, but it's like, it wasn't what I was there really. Yeah, I saw it. Janet, thank you. With the hippo. $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yes, I don't think I filmed the dog. I know it's up on a pedestal by that place, famous, but it would have been a distraction to my story. It didn't really fit in. But yeah, cool stuff. Edinburgh is, and by the way, I went to, no, I didn't rub Bobby's nose. I, I was out of there after doing a walkthrough. Now I went to another cemetery there as part of my story, and I'll just say I did a lot of resurrectionist kind of stuff on this trip, and of course Edinburgh, that was the capital of the world. Birkenhair, talk about Birkenhair, and we'll get into all that. But I went to what I think is one of the coolest cemeteries in Edinburgh that is completely underrated and not covered on YouTube at all. And pertinent people are there that we talk about and we see on, like, something you've never seen before, like all this kind of stuff we've kind of seen before, but I'm going to show you on that. There's so much great content I've got coming. It's like I want to like shoot it all out unedited, as you guys can see. You're just gonna have to be patient. But never get sick of going to cemeteries. I don't know, man. Ever since I was little, I've been fascinated like you guys. Here's a little blossom of little red guys here. Didn't we see these in The Grave of the Shattered Woman? Remember that episode, Halloween, in California, in the wine country? What are those? Beautiful. Look like little maple leaves almost. Yeah, don't you love these vines? This I love. Like, don't clean the stones, leave it. It's like the patina on copper. You don't dip it in the Tarnex. Remember Tarnex, you guys? Do you remember that stuff? It was like the biggest deal. I remember when my mom got it for the kitchen and I was dipping pennies in it. Oh, it smelled like vinegar. Remember Tarnex? Karen, $5. No, £5 sterling. Are those guineas? Is that 5 guineas or shillings? Holly? It looks like holly. Cool. Oh, this is sad. Here's a crumble down. Oh, oh, my gimbal is not working. There we go. Alice Mary, who died 13th May 1949, 66 years old. And Dorothy. Thank you, Nadia, for the £10, British sterling, pounds, which is worth more than dollars. So when you see 10, that means 12. Thank you for the $12. Appreciate it. Miss Marple, I will be here till April 30th. I'm just past halfway through my trip, and I'm ahead of schedule. I got to get to Wales. I have one place I have to see in Wales, and I just might do that tomorrow. I don't know. I just might do that tomorrow. How far is Wales from here? I think it's like down, around, and west, right? Or is it northwest? If you're, I can't. I know it's sticking out on the bottom of the continent to the west, just from a map. Holly, okay, that's cool. Alice, how are you doing? Where's Britain? I wish Britain would show up. I miss Britain. Do you guys miss Britain? Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I'll come through Chicago this summer. Well, I am going to come through. I'll see if we can see him. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. Oh, speaking of Britain, although that's not how he spells it. There's no I. How do you like that? I didn't even see that. And there it is, talking about Britain. Lorraine misses Britain. You need your Britain fix? I need my Britain fix. Such a nice guy. You've never met a guy with a bigger, more tender heart than Britain, right, Flo? Flo knows Britain. She knows him pretty well. They're friends. Manchester, thank you so much for the 10 pounds, British sterling. Angela Jones. I was in Manchester. I have a story I filmed there. You probably know what it is. It's a really good cemetery and story. Ooh, we're getting into the spooky section here. I'm already thinking about Halloween. Where's our cat, our black cat? He left. Boy, this is a neat cemetery. You guys liking this? Thought we ran out of stuff here. Look at this stone. Tree grew right into it, literally. Look at that. That is part of the tree, guys. Look at that. That whole, give you a look at this. So a good part of this section here is part of the tree. That's not going anywhere. Now here's a tree for you. Look at this. Holy cow. I don't know what that is, but the trunk is covered in vines. Massive. It's like a pine tree. Oh, look at these pine cones. I've never seen pine cones. I know you all from England know what this is, but these are like super long pine cones. Here's a good example over here. Never seen anything like this. I don't think they're pine cones. They're like a jungle of something. Candlestick pines from Asia. Oh, okay. I learned something new today. Thank you, Alice. Alice knows everything. We're lucky to have Alice. Shout out to Alice. Oh, look who's back. Look who's back. Hello. Where were you? Our friend is back. Now he's, oh, there he had to show me. Hello. Come here. Come here. You know what? He's showing off. That's what he's doing. He's like, this is my cemetery. How do you like it? Huh? What a show off you are. All right. Now, when you don't pay attention, then they come. But then they're so funny. They have to show you, like, I used to have a cat and I'd peek around the corner on purpose. Like I knew he saw me, but he'd have to show me that he saw me and come running at me and just pounce. Like, I see you. They're so funny. Look at this. Yes, there is a stone in here. Whoops. Age 62. Spooky. Yeah, this would be spooky at night, you guys. Great cemetery, huh, guys? All right, we are near the front. So I think I'm going to call it right here at Thomas Chilton's grave. Hmm? All right, guys. I'm gonna go to Stoke on out of here to Trenton upon Stoke, but it's Trenton on Stoke. Or am I in Trenton on Stoke? I I think I no. I have an hour drive. Derby, we're gonna be hitting Derby, Derbyshire. You call that Derby, right? For short. So yeah, I'm going to be working this area like 50 mile, 80 mile, maybe I'll get a radius and then maybe I'll get to Wales for my one story. And then I'm going to trickle back to London for the last week. Got to go to Admiral Lord Nelson's tomb in the church there to finish the story I did on HMS Victory, which turned out really good. We got a tour of the ship and I told you about the battle. So, we got to end with a grave. All right, guys, I will check in soon. Maybe we'll do another live stream or two if you like. And thanks for hanging out with me. We have almost 300 people, and it's like early in the morning in the United States. Pretty good. So just remember, stay with me. We got to go say goodbye to our friend here. Bye-bye, buddy.